Mary Iglesias.
Say hi.
Teresa Lopez. Erica Urrutia. Dylan Hayward Westy. Jamie Buzzard. Zach Pavitt. Mary Plant. And our pupils, Andrea Emilio. Derek Moore. Matt Sullivan. Joel Vincent. Okay, Professor Samantha Ehrenkill. Luke Copeland. Anna Franco. Ira Franklin. David Christie.
Do about 6
Anna
minutes.
Christie.
So if I were to get a 512
Gordon
meg
Scott.
card, it'd be like 24 minutes of video.
James Smith. Cameron Bisnowitz. And that is all. I just have a couple more things. As you know, we've been celebrating Mr. Fagan's retirement. Did I say that right? We're sorry to see you go. We've been celebrating for him. Thank you, Mike, to talk about. I would like to introduce Mrs. Thompson, who's going to say a few words to Mr. Fagan.
I was a student at Freeman Elementary School in the early 1980s. When given the opportunity to join band in 5th grade, for whatever reason, I declined. I had taken piano lessons since I was 3 years old. I sang solos in church, and so I guess I figured that was enough. That was a decision I regretted, and soon found myself dragging my mother in to see Mr. Fagan to beg and grovel for a spot in the band. He was very accommodating as long as I would play trombone, since all band directors always could use some more low brass. I think I probably would have played just about anything to be able to be a part of the band. So he took a chance on me, and I guess it turned out okay. I quickly caught up and joined the band, and I came to enjoy band more than anything else. In high school, I did everything: jazz band, marching band, kid orchestra, pep band, etc. and so on. Being in band and playing music was the one thing that I always had pride in, and I always enjoyed every single minute of it. I want to say thank you to you, Mr. Fagan, for starting me on the path of what now has become a very rewarding career. I started learning from you when I was 11 years old, and now 20 years later, I'm still learning from you as your colleague. It's kind of neat how things come full circle for us sometimes, as I now step in at Washington to continue what you have started. After the concert, someone remarked to me that I have a very huge sombrero to fill. I speak for all the band staff in saying that it has been a pleasure working with you, and we promise to continue the program at your very high standards. On behalf of all your current students and your former students, congratulations and enjoy your retirement.
say anything like that. My story is very similar to Mary's. When I was in fourth grade down in Greenman School, we had a little short guy named Harry Nigro, who was the elementary band director, and I went in and told Mr. Nigro, I'm a drummer, Mr. Nigro, I want to play the drums. He says, oh, really? Well, I ended up playing the trumpet. So, band directors do have different ways of getting kids to play what they want to play, and it's not always, well, never mind. I'll just keep that. Anyway, 34 years of swelling like that. As I mentioned, was it last Friday night, about the fact that I can remember coming out of the University of Illinois in 1969, and I had the Vietnam War raging, and I came back to Aurora to wait to get drafted. And all I was waiting for was them to call and tell me where to be and when to be there. So I was writing my time, and I started substitute teaching in District 129 while I was waiting to go. Bruce Warner, at that time, was the principal of Freeman School, and I subbed for a fifth grade teacher. At that time, jury duty was 2 weeks long, so I had his fifth grade class for 2 weeks. At the end of the 2 weeks, Bruce Warner called me into his office and says, Mike, I'm going to have a sixth grade position open next year. It's yours if you want it. And I said, well, Mr. Warner, I was a music major. I wasn't elementary yet. And he said, well, you've been in the classroom for 2 weeks and you handled that just fine. So I said, well, you think about it, and let me know. If you want the job, you come back and we'll take care of it. So I went home that night and I thought, could I possibly face a classroom of sixth graders for an entire year next fall? And I thought, well, wait a minute, what's my alternative here? You know, I can go over to Saigon or someplace, and I think my chances might